The No Fade channel, checking in. And yes, there is a reason I'm wearing this obnoxiously bright and rather obnoxiously tight Under Armour shirt. I'm going to be going over how I use my percussion massagers, percussion guns, massage guns, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to be reviewing this EAXCK Percussion massager. If this is your first time to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. On this series, Dad's Gadgets, I review a gadget, a piece of technology, something that comes across my desk or into my life to help you decide if it is right for you, if it's going to benefit you, if it's worth your hard-earned money. So, quick overview: when massage guns, percussion massagers first came out, they were like $500, $600. Well, like everything with regards to technology, they've come way, way down. And I love to review these because when you look on Amazon, when you type in percussion massager, you're going to get like 300, maybe 500 different ones that all look relatively the same, but they vary in price. And the marketing does a good job to make you think that they're all amazing, but there is a difference between the budget ones and the more expensive ones, and sometimes the more expensive ones aren't much better than the budget ones. So that's why I like to do these reviews. But for today's review, to keep it interesting, I'm going to show you how I specifically use it and why I think every family, every household should probably have one of these on hand because they are so beneficial. So first and foremost, EAXCK Percussion Massage Gun, $82 on Amazon. I'll put it up here, and I'll put some of the marketing photos that they have on Amazon. Like I said, I do like to review these for you because some of the marketing photos can look great and then they show up and they are horrible. So $82 is actually right around the price point that I like to pay. I think between that $100 and between that $50 mark, in between is the right price range for these massagers. I find that personally, below $50 and you're really making some sacrifices on the actual gun itself, and you're not getting the benefit, you're kind of really cheaping out, and some of the budget factors do kind of kick in. And I believe over $100 and you're really overpaying for what most people who aren't a professional athlete really needs. So let's just quickly go over what this comes with, and then we'll talk about what we use. So comes with the gun over here. It comes with the charger. The charger plugs into the bottom and you charge it up. No problem. Simple as that. And it comes with these little heads. They come 6 total, and I will say one of the biggest differences between the budgets and the more expensive is the number of heads and the quality of these kind of heads that go into the percussion massager. Now, I will say from personal experience, I've only ever used 3 or 4, so the ones that come with like 12 different accessories or attachments, unnecessary, but I have reviewed some budget ones that have really cheapo versions of these, and I feel like over the course of a long ownership would be not that good. So let's just quickly talk about how this works for those of you who aren't familiar. You turn it on the bottom, and then you get this LED screen on the back. Again, when you get that budget, you pay for that budget, you don't usually get an LED screen, you kind of just get some lights. But this tells you the battery charge on my left side, and it tells you the speed. As you can see, it's no speed at all. It goes from 0, which is what it is now, all the way up to 20. Once you turn it on. So there it is at 1. I'll bring it up to 10. And we're going to go all the way up to 20. Okay, boom. Max power, 20. Okay. Now, one of the claims to fame on this EAXCK massage gun is that it is ultra quiet. And frankly, they all say that. But the reality is, this one is extremely quiet. This is easily half the decibels, if not even more, than the best other massage gun that I've reviewed in terms of noise. And for those of us living alone, you probably don't care how much noise you make, but for some of us with families, with kids, or you live with other people, you're gonna care that you don't wanna go have something super, super loud. It can get annoying, especially if you're gonna be using it for like 15 to 20 minutes at a pop. So having something that is super quiet is definitely noticeable, and their claim to fame on this being quiet, reality. In terms of warranty, this comes with like a 2-year warranty. A lot of the other budget ones will say 1-year warranty, but I don't necessarily think that's going to matter. 2 years is probably more than you're going to need in terms of a warranty, because if this does break or the battery does die on it, so to speak, you're probably going to be outside of that warranty anyway. So let's quickly talk about the heads while I show you how to use it. So one of the ways that I use a percussion massager is actually to improve blood flow in terms of helping recovery, whether it's from a surgery, whether it's from an injury, or whether it's just from working out. You want to really have good blood flow. That helps improve recovery. There's certain areas in your body, like your shin being one, that when you injure it, it takes a long time to repair because the blood flow to that area is minimal to begin with. So this little head, this little ball head, so to speak, is the one that I use for overall massaging, just to kind of massage out any areas or just kind of more of like a casual massage, more like, not like a therapeutic massage, but more of like a casual relaxation massage to help improve blood flow. In terms of speed, with regards to these things, I probably almost never use more than the halfway speed. I find that to be extremely beneficial. That usually is the sweet spot for me, but I'll tell you when I do go to the high speed. So here we go. We're going to go up to 10. And something like this, again, with this head, you just move it around and just gently move it over the area that you want. Or if you're looking to just overall, you could just go top to bottom across your whole body, but just gently move it over the area, and the gun itself actually does all the work. In terms of actual handling, so some of the cheaper models have extremely wide handles right here, and it makes it difficult to actually put your hand around it and use. I will say this is a medium grip handle, and this is the battery portion. Medium grip handle, and the weight is approximately like 2 to 2.2 pounds, so it's not hard to use, and it's not heavy as well. Feels pretty good in my hand. So let's talk about inflammation. Oftentimes you work out really hard in the gym, or you go for a walk, you go for a run, and you have inflammation in certain areas. I'll tell you which one I use. This one, this like mushroom tip head, is the one that I use to move out inflammation, especially when it is near joints. So as an example, for me personally, everyone is different. I am right-handed, and I tend to get inflammation in my right pec. For those of you who aren't aware, your dominant hand, you tend to use 50% more than your non-dominant hand. That is a substantial amount, so I tend to get a lot of inflammation in the shoulder and in this pec. So I will use this little mushroom tip head, and I will put it on, again, I usually like that 10 spot in terms of speed. This thing is super, super quiet, and I will move it. Oh, that feels good. So what I will do is I will move this across my body away from the joint, especially if the inflammation is actually built up in this joint area. So I start at the joint and I move it away from the joint to try to get that inflammation, that fluid, whatever's in there, back into the lymph node system, and just kind of get it out of that joint to alleviate that stiffness and that tightness that we often feel, especially when we get inflammation in the joints, in the elbows, and around the knee area. So again, I put it at the joint and I move it away from the joint. And I've actually found this to be really beneficial when my knees from running get super swollen or just in general tight. I will, again, put it at that knee joint. I'll show you right here. Don't mind the spandex here. I put it at this knee joint and I will move it away to bring the fluid and any inflammation that's in there away from the knee joint. The idea is to get that fluid back into the lymph system and just help, again, reduce that swelling and improve fluid mobility and improve circulation. So this little attachment here is one that I never used it ever before, and I'm never going to use it. And that just goes to show you don't necessarily need more attachments. You just need a few good attachments that are going to get the job done. So there are 3 attachments that I typically use for muscle tightness. So if you've got a super tight muscle, like if you just went for a race and your calves are just locked up, super, super tight, or if for some reason you've got like a really tight lower back, I've had back issues, so a really, really tight lower back that's just locked up and you're trying to kind of break through some of that knotted up muscle, I will use these 3 that I'm randomly holding in my hand. And you got this one right here, this little prong one, and this one. And the only difference between these 3 is really the type of muscle that I'm using. Honestly, I usually almost always go to this one because I feel like it does just a great job overall for any muscle group. But typically something like this is probably more for like your trap area, that I personally use it on my trap area back here, or on like my bicep area. And again, just try to split that muscle and get that broken up tissue. But the reality is the majority of the time I use this one. Now, in terms of speed, when I've got a really tight knot and I'm trying to break it up, I will go to a max speed and I will just Again, let this massager do the work for you. I push it in, hold it there, and just kind of gently move it around slowly. I don't force it, but I do give it a little bit of a push. So you don't really like force it, so you're trying to get the percussion gun to stop, but you just hold it there tightly and it is going to do the work. So we're going to take this up to 20 because I just finished a workout, and we're going to show you how I work on this pec. Hopefully you can see it's not necessarily as tight as it normally is, but you'll get the idea. So again, 1, whoop, it's on at 1. We're going to bring it up to 20. That feels good in all the right ways, and it does hurt just a little bit. Not hurt like painful, but hurt like you can tell there's some serious pressure going on there. As far as how long I will do that when I do have a tight muscle, I probably try to shoot for 5 minutes. With something like this, 5 minutes is going to feel like forever. And overall, I think everyone should probably have one of these for their household because you're not going to use it every week, but you're going to be glad to have it on hand when you do use it. And there's going to be random times, and you don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be some MMA fighter or some Spartan race warrior to actually need one of these. People get tightness, especially at my age, just from getting out of the bed in the morning the wrong way, and it is nice. As I mentioned, I do have lower back issues that I will use this on my lower back, and the only areas that I really can't get myself are middle to upper back personally, but I am able to kind of swing this around, boom, and put that on. Hopefully you can see this. Put that on my lower back, and again, work out certain spots in my lower back. And even for those of us who have back issues, you know that a lot of times it goes all the way down into the butt in terms of all those muscles just being all knotted down. So I'll work it all the way down in the back of the butt there, just in terms of trying to break up and loosen up that tight muscle and help that muscle relax, get more blood flow in there, and improve recovery as much as I can. Overall, this is a very good one and a steal at $82. I don't think anyone who pays $82 for this is going to feel bad or feel like they got ripped off. They're certainly going to get their money's worth over the lifespan of one of these. So how long is one of these going to last? It's probably going to last you, with weekly use, it's probably going to last you 5 to 10 years. What's going to go bad on this thing is ultimately, with any type of electronics, as we know, the battery's eventually going to go bad. But I don't think it's going to go bad that quickly. The reality is, for most of us using it at 10 to 20 minutes at a pop, you're not even going to notice this thing ever go bad until like you decide that you want to get rid of it or throw it out, or you might be moving and realize that, hey, you don't want to take this with you. Ultimately, I think these are great to have in the house. I think that $82 price point is really ideal. That sweet spot between performance and cost, I think that's really where this one hits. Big fan of this one. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Click on that link. It does help out the channel, and it saves you from having to Google or search through like 300 or 400 other percussion massagers that look exactly like this one. And that's one of the biggest things I would say with any percussion massager that you buy. Do your own research, because they're all going to look great. On Amazon, on the marketing tools, they're all going to look great. They're all going to tell you that they're quiet and they've got a great warranty and all that stuff. But definitely get an honest review. Just do your research, because you want to get one that's going to be worth your hard-earned money. And $82, it's going to pay for itself probably within the first few months, and then you're going to have it for the rest of your life, or until you decide to move and just throw it away. What does it come with? Just in case I didn't mention it, I don't want to typically do unboxing. It comes with this little pamphlet on how to use it. You don't need that at all. And it comes with this carrying case. And here's what I'm going to say about the carrying cases. I like them because it keeps things organized, you know where it is, and it keeps you from losing those accessories. Some of the cheaper budget ones don't have carrying cases. They have a cardboard box that is eventually going to break apart or you're going to lose. So that's why I like to see at least some sort of carrying case so that you can store it and you know right where it is and everything is contained. If you have any questions regarding this EAXCK percussion massage gun, massager, whatever you want to call it, drop it in the comments below and I will get it answered as quickly as possible. If you came this far in the video, do me a huge positive. Give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button as well, because you're down there anyway, clicking away. Click that subscribe button. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you be a great parent to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I provide ideas and insights to help you save time, money, and your sanity. 3 things that are in short supply for every parent out there.